Sorry about that. Trying to use this fucked up phone. But so continue. So then from 2013, I did a lot of, I moved it to the police brutality. There's a preacher there in New York, right around from Brooklyn. I remember I was in Fort Greene. I walked around the corner one morning. He said, God, Kevin Blanch, one I wanted you. And there's another preacher there, young preacher, who, looked just like fucking Mike Tyson. I used to call him Mark, and he used to show up, follow me around, protect me. But we started going after the police brutality heavy in New York, and then when I was back here in Utah, because of the Matthew Stewart situation, then Danielle Willard was murdered and shot in the face here. And so I was organizing, believe it or not, right here in Utah. And then, of course, then Ferguson. John Anthony did so much great work. Steve Grant and all of them, Larry Schwab. When they migrated over to Ferguson when that fucking murder happened, and they did so much great fucking work, the Million Mass March murder, and that's when they really in earnest started calling it Black Lives Matter. But I was doing it here in Utah, in New York, based on police brutality, but more than that, government repression. Snowden, he was involved, then that whole dog and pony show where he ends up, don't even get me going on that. Bear Brown's in prison. The whole anonymous crowd, what they fucking did to all of us. And, it was really heavily rooted around anonymous, which grassroots started in a little old fucking grocery store, old candy store in Williamsburg in the 2000s in New York. That's where I met Aaron Swartz. And, the whole leaking of it, the government overpowering, the overreach, the police brutality. Fukushima, the cover-up, Aaron Swartz in fucking the MIT Media Lab, Abid goes there. Heavily involved in the death of the murder of Aaron Heyman and Ortiz, fucking Barry Antoinette Obama, 35 years for what? By the way, the brick, it's out there that Aaron Swartz downloaded, but it's been deciphered, and one of our group, I know who has it in New York. He tried to give it to me, and I said, no, fuck you. You're not laying that on me. I'm not getting on a fucking airplane with that. I remember the New Yorker and I believe the Prince Review interviewed me out at the fucking JFK in a snowstorm, and they says, oh, we can't tell you. And I told them to fuck off. I told a lot of the media to fuck off because they're pieces of shit, because they just panty paint us, whatever. But so much of the great heavy lifting got done clear back at Ferguson, in New York. The shit we did in New York, I look back. There was so many good fucking activists involved with me in New York, Washington Square. We used to do a lot of work over at Hamilton's grave.